You are now listening to the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Almost. Major. Holy fucking shit, this is major!
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Almost Major, where we talk about the many major studios and the films they release. We're on our Geffen Pictures miniseries. My name is Kevin Tudor. I'm here with Brian Doyle.
Hello.
And joining us once again from a strange loft in Soho. How are they paying for this? By making sculptures? Who knows? It's Mitchell Beaupre. How are you?
Hello. I'm paying for it with a lot of S&M club activities.
I want to go there so bad. Like, I know that's framed as just like, oh, there's a bunch of freaks here. I was like, those are my people. Yeah. Yes, we are here to talk about After Hours in 1985. I do believe, Mitchell, in one of our group chats, you were like, when are you doing Geffen Pictures? And Brian was like, that's not actual mini major. Mitchell went, let me have this.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to bring it up. That was many years ago. And then I think it was like we came back around to the idea of it where I don't even remember what the catalyst for it was, but I just like,
you guys really wanted to do Joe's apartment?
Well, that's next week.
It was honestly sillier than that, where I was like talking about like, man, if someone was doing a podcast about MTV films and they called it I Want My MTV Films, that's like just a perfect name. And then we were like, ha, just kidding. Unless. And then we basically were just like, I think we spent like the next, 2.5, 3 hours like talking about that output. And it's like, well, if we did that, we could maybe do Geffen and like that would be deleted because of like Joe's apartment and Beavis and Butthead. It was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Like what we're doing what we want.
Geffen's Run. I mean, I know like you're obviously doing the episodes. Geffen's Run is like a short run, but very impressive. The movies that got put out under the label.
I think Brian was just like, well, it's not actually a mini major. I was like, Brian, we're going to die one day. Let's just do it.
MTV Films is long.
It's very long, but
yes.
Besides like the 2010s ones, like every single one, I'm just like, I remember that. I've seen that. I've thought, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good run up until then.
The one we will say is that Dan and Connor are coming on for Orange County, and that will be our first 4-hour episode.
I was literally just looking at it, and I was like, I didn't want to say it on mic in case you guys had somebody else for it, but I was like, you guys should get Dan and Connor on for
1000%. That was probably like the first thought I had. I was just like, we have to do it so that we can do Orange County. Like, it has to happen. You are somewhat the reason we are doing this, and now you get to talk about it.
It's an honor. I don't remember saying that ever. So I'm not.
Oh, shit. We can just make up bad shit that Mitchell once said. Like, you said it.
There is documentation somewhere that I'm not aware of, but it exists, so.
Okay, After Hours. Released on September 13th, 1985 in New York, September 27th in LA, and released nationwide October 11th, maxed out at 503 theaters. Top 5 films that weekend, and I'm going with the October 11th wide release, because it's much more interesting. This top 5 is so strange. Number 1, Commando.
Okay.
Jagged Edge.
Okay.
Silver Bullet. Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins, and it kind of ended there.
It ended, yeah.
And Back to the Future.
Yeah, is Back to the Future the only movie with like a legacy there?
I was about to say, Brian, the Zemeckis movie. Have you ever? You were like, it's Back to the. Is that? That was the one tries to fuck his mom. Is that what it?
Well, no, I know like Jagged Edge was like kind of a big deal at the time, but it's like
they got an Oscar nomination, right? Jagged Edge
for Robert Loggia, best supporting actor.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
And I watch it now, and I'm just like, this is like passable.
Robert Loggia's great in this.
Yeah.
I hope he got an Oscar nomination. Yeah, like I feel like Silver Bullet, like. It's a Stephen King adaptation, right? So it has like a little bit of like a something for people that like that. But yeah, that's kind of a crazy group of films.
Yeah. I think like the September 13th, like the very first date, it was like pretty kind of the same as like Lost in America. Like Beverly Hills Cop still somehow like second place.
Right,
like,
yeah.
I also forgot you just said Commando. That movie definitely has a reputation now still.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know.
But still, that being number 1, that's wild. Budget is $4.5 million. Opening weekend made $45,435. Domestic and overall gross at $10.6 million. Number 1 song in the U.S. this week, St. Elmo's Fire, parentheses, Man in Motion by John Parr. Number 1 song in Canada this week, St. Elmo's Fire, Man in Motion by John... What the fuck, dude? People were that big about St. Elmo's Fire, a bad movie. It was one of those where it was like number 1 for like 1 week, and I'm pretty sure everybody at the recording studios were just like, oh, my bad. And then it went to... whoever it was. Plot description from Google. In a Manhattan cafe, word processor Paul Hackett, played by Griffin Dunn, meets and talks literature with Marcy. That sounds okay. Be like, what's After Hours about? So he's talking literature, right? With Marcy, played by Rosanna Arquette. Later that night, Paul takes a cab to Marcy's downtown apartment. His $20 bill flying out the window during the ride portends the unexpected night he has. Who wrote this? He cannot pay for the ride and finds the whole movie is not about the cab. He cannot pay for the ride and finds himself in a series of awkward, surreal, and life-threatening situations with a colorful cast of characters. He spends the rest of the night trying to return uptown.
I mean,
I'm not
I
watching
know the
that
movie's
movie.
not about the cab, but it is like
It is.
the domino effect of like
It's about
that. Just
an
like,
hour of
yeah.
him in the cab, and then he just tries to get home.
Griffin Dunn and Taxicab Confessionals. I would watch that. Written by Joseph Minion, this script was his thesis for Columbia Film School. He also wrote Vampire's Kiss in 1988, of course, and one episode of Tales from the Crypt. Oh, and Motorama in 1991. Directed by Martin Scorsese. You've heard of him. Prior to this, Look Who's Knocking at My Door, whatever that one is.
Just that, and then this.
He did the music video for Bad.
Sure did. Yeah. Real quick, favorite Scorsese's. Mitchell, obviously yours is After Hours. Bryden.
It's like the kind of thing where I'd have to like revisit some of it because I haven't seen them since I was a teenager. But I'd probably say
Kundun.
haven't seen that one yet. It's on my list. But probably like a basic pick, but a movie I do think is just like really watchable. If I'm sure if it was thrown on right now, I'd love it. Is Goodfellas. But yeah, then like there's so many others. I mean, I think we mentioned Bringing Up the Dead like in our last episode, and that's like one where it's like I watched that, I was like, this is the fucking greatest. Like, how is this like? How are people just like? Just like yawning like and shrugging their shoulders. And even like now, like, I think when Irishman was coming out, like Vulture did like a ranking of Scorsese's movies, and it was like in like the bottom 10, and I was like, how dare
Amazing.
you disrespect
That's my
this
number
movie?
2 Scorsese. Bringing
Hell
Up
yeah.
the Dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
What about you,
mine's-
Kevin?
Mine's basic. It's Taxi Driver. I'm sorry.
Good movie.
But number 2 might be like The Aviator. I fucking love The Aviator.
Great movie.
Oh, no. King of Comedy is number 2. Which
Also a great movie.
maybe might end up being my number 1. But yeah, Aviator, which that was one like 10-ish years ago. I threw that on and I was just like, I'm not gonna like this. It's fucking ain't no internet in this film. Get out. And I was like, oh, this is fucking phenomenal actually. I mean, yeah, Goodfellas. After Hours, I'm probably putting over Goodfellas now. This rewatch, I like it even more. What if like fucking Color of Money was in like my top 3?
That movie's really good.
Great fucking movie.
I mean, it's fun.
That's it. That's top 10 for me, probably. That's a great movie.
Yeah. I have yet to see a bad movie from him. Like, I don't love Hugo, but I'm like, that one's okay.
Hugo's
at
cool.
least.
Yeah, Hugo's
it's fine.
sweet. It's not like Gangs of New York where it's like sucks.
Yeah, I don't really like Gangs in New York.
I need to see it still.
No, you don't. I mean, sure, but Cameron Diaz. But also, that score for that. I'm gonna blame that on the Weinsteins. How about that?
An interesting thing about Gangs in New York is it's like the most like for what it is, especially the editing is so MTV like 2002 in such a bizarre, jarring way. Gangs of New York's like a movie that I like have seen probably like 7 times and keep thinking like, okay, I'm really gonna like it this time because it feels so much like something I would really like, and then I watch it and I'm just like, oh no.
Well,
still,
you watched
no.
like the opening like 10-15 minutes. Like I was so wrong. And then the next 7 hours, and then you're just like, yeah, not good. I'm also not a Shutter Island guy. I'm not.
I like
See,
Shutter Island a
I
lot.
really like that one. Yeah.
What's my?
Yeah.
What we got at the bottom here? Just because I'm a true hate. I mean, Boxcar Bertha, but who cares?
I like that one too. I mean, yeah. It's
And I'm like his religious movies, I don't like, and
Yeah,
they're
I
not
didn't
for
really
me.
like Silence. I want to give it another shot because I haven't seen it since it came out, but I wasn't super into it.
Nah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Last Temptation of Christ, the reason that doesn't get made, is the reason we have After Hours. So,
True.
starring Griffin Dunn as Paul Hackett. Prior to this, Chilly Scenes of Winter, which he produced with Amy Robinson, who also produced. They also produced After Hours together. American Werewolf in London in '81, Johnny Dangerously in '84. After this, Amazon Women on the Moon 1987, which just exists as a poster. It's not a real movie. Quiz Show in 1994, Snow Angels in '07, Dallas Buyers Club in 2013, Real Film War Machine in 2017, and Caught Stealing from last year.
yeah.
He also directed Duke of Groove, a short film that was nominated for Best Short Film. Addicted to Love in 1997, that is a deranged feature film. Practical Magic in 1998, and directed a part of Movie 43, and Ex-Husbands in 2023 with Rosanna Arquette.
He has a very interesting directing career.
Have you seen Addicted to Love?
I have not, no.
Deranged. The whole thing is,
I
believe it's he gets broken up with, and he's like, what I'm gonna do is spy on my ex-girlfriend, and somehow I roped Meg Ryan into this, and it's presented as like a normal thing to do.
Caught stealing, he's definitely cast in a way that's like playing tributes to After Hours, because that movie is very like After Hours coded.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the movie fine. It's not as good as After Hours.
It's like a 3 for me. Like, it's like fine. I think that, Kevin, have you seen Caught Stealing?
No.
Okay. There's something that happens like 45 minutes into that movie. A character who's removed from the picture that I think was like an enormous mistake to remove that character.
It's in the book, and I was like, when people saw, it took me a minute to see the movie because I think I might have been out of town, but it was like when people were saying, "Oh, something happens that's really fucked up in the first like third," I was like, guarantee I know what it is because I've read the book, and it's like it's really nasty when it happens in the book too. It's like
it's just such a bad idea in the movie because like she's the thing giving the movie the most life, and then she's removed from the movie very abruptly, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've heard that like the movie's like fine. And I was like, that's great. I don't need to see Aronofsky do Guy Ritchie. I really don't.
We got Guy Ritchie for that, who is a fantastic filmmaker who we all love.
What was the fake movie you said he came out with last year? Whatever. Rosanna Arquette as Marcy.
Fountain of Youth. Thank you.
Nope. Rosanna Arquette as Marcy prior to this, Baby It's You in 1983. Also produced by Griffin Dunn and Amy Robinson. And Michael Bauhaus also shot it. Apparently, Amy Robinson took Marty Scorsese to see it to get Bauhaus on board as the DP for, I think, Last Temptation of Christ, but when that fell through, yeah.
If I may interrupt just really quickly, brief bit of trivia. Amy Robinson, she, I think, became better known as like a producer later on, but she's Harvey Keitel's love interest in Mean Streets for anyone who's listening and didn't know that. Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
Okay. Same year as After Hours, Desperately Seeking Susan, which I believe she got nominated for like Best Supporting Actress, and like she's the fucking lead, but apparently like she has weird feelings about that movie, which is understandable because everybody's just like, what was it like working with Madonna? You're in it, right? Like that type of thing. After this, also in Amazon Women of the Moon in 1987. Is that true? Who knows? Teams up with Marty again for his segment of New York Stories in 1989. Pulp Fiction in 94. Crash in 1996. Buffalo 66, the greatest film of all time in 1998. Listen to our episode. Uncredited in Joe Dirt 2001, her finest film role. Things Behind the Sun in 2001, which I really want to see. The Moment from this year, and also Corporate Retreat from this year, which, yes, I am forced to watch. This cast is stacked, and I don't want to waste much time going long, so I'll say Linda Fiorentino, which is, it's her third movie, but she came out with 3 movies in 85. Terry Garr, which I'm probably going to do like 20 minutes on Terry Garr in this. John Hurd, Cheech and Chong, Catherine O'Hara, Dick fucking Miller, Will Patton, Bronson Pinchot, get the fuck out of here. No, I cannot. I said that myself. And also Victor Argo. Trivia. Real quick, probably not, but Martin Scorsese told Griffin Dunn to refrain from sex and sleep during filming in order to get a more realistic feeling of paranoia. Me trying to blend in on set, oh no, I can't do that. Original cut was 45 minutes longer, which they said that it was just like, it didn't work because it was just like, yeah, comedy shouldn't be 2 hours and 20 minutes. Tim Burton was the second choice for director after the producers saw Vincent in 1982. When Martin Scorsese became available after production delays on Last Temptation of Christ, Burton, according to Griffin Dunn, bowed out of the project, saying he didn't want to stand in the way of Scorsese. Now imagine if Scorsese made Dark Shadows. Just imagine. Martin Scorsese designed the film as a parody of Alfred Hitchcock's style. The elaborate camera movements echo sequences in Marnie from 1964. While Howard Shore's score emulates the style of one of Hitchcock's most frequent collaborators, Bernard Herrmann. The score of this is very interesting because it's a lot of like just noises, repeating noises. It's very interesting. Rosanna Arquette's character is depicted. This is check the IP address of whoever put this on here. Rosanna Arquette's character is depicted with bare feet on some of the American with the movie's posters artwork. Ironically so, as Arquette would always refuse to appear barefoot in a movie during this period due to her dislike of their condition, and would insist on foot doubles if it was essential to the plot.
What on earth is going on over there?
Me trying to act normal. Yeah, I got some foot facts for that. Yeah.
Footnotes, you might say.
Oh, very good, Bryden.
Where's the eject button? Was originally titled Lies, then One Night in Soho. Hey now. Wait, what's
Last Night in
Soho? Yeah. Which we all remember. And then finally After Hours. One Night in Soho is also a good title, I would say.
One Night in Soho is pretty good. I think After Hours is the perfect title for it, but One Night in Soho is pretty solid.
Yeah. The first 30 minutes...
Lies is a bad title.
Very bad.
Very bad.
Very bad.
Very, very bad.
The first 30 minutes of the film is based on radio artist Joe Frank's 1982 NPR Playhouse monologue titled Lies. Some of the dialogue and plot elements in the film are lifted verbatim from the program, including Paul meeting Marcy in the deli, the bagels and cream cheese paperweights, etc. Frank filed a lawsuit against the producers and was paid handsomely in a settlement. I mean, yeah. Test audience rejected an alternate ending in which Paul remains trapped in the statue. I mean, kind of remains trapped in a statue if you call statue capitalism. Michael Powell was around quite a lot while the film was being made. Him and Thelma Schumacher married soon after. Nobody was sure how the film should end. Michael Powell said he must finish up back at work, but this was initially dismissed as too unlikely and difficult. They tried many other endings, a few were even filmed, but the only one that everyone felt really worked was to have Paul finish up back at work just as the new day was starting, which they like pretty much finished the movie, if I remember correctly, with like basically not an ending. And then David Geffen was just like, just take as much time as you reshoot all there, you know, it's all good. As long as Neil Jordan's not draining me for money, it's fine. And I believe this is last trivia fact. Many ideas were considered for the film's ending. One that made it to the storyboard stage had Paul crawling into June's womb to hide from the angry mob, with June giving quote unquote birth to him on the West Side Highway. Okay, whose storyboard? And then Alex Garland was just like, hold up.
Why don't you just go home?
I've been asking myself that one all night long.
So what happened? Why can't you?
I met this girl tonight, okay, in a coffee shop. On the cab on the way down here, all my money flew out the window. I didn't really get along with her that well.
What's the matter?
I said, I want to see a plaster of Paris bagel and cream cheese paperweight. Now cough it up. So I left.
Lighten up! What is this?
I'm in big trouble. I mean, big trouble. Now, this part, you're going to say, oh, you're lying to me. Don't lie to me. But it's true. Mohawk this guy. I couldn't believe that. Help! 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 Call the police!
What's with you? Are you nuts or something?
Luckily, there was this girl who saw the whole thing.
You're dead, pal.
On what?
So now she's the one in the Mr. Softy ice cream truck who's trying to kill me. They're all trying to kill me. I mean, I just wanted to leave. You know, my apartment, maybe meet a nice girl. And now I've got to die for it, you know? What do you want from me?
Is that all there is?
After Hours, when anything can happen, and usually does.
Is that unbelievable or what?
That's all there is.
Okay, that's all the trivia I have. Mitchell, monologue. The floor is yours.
Yeah, After Hours. I love this movie so much. It's my favorite movie of all time. I just think that it is. I saw it for the first time in like 2010, I think, as sort of like a let me watch some of the more like under the radar Scorsese's that I haven't seen before. And it completely blew my mind. I think that I had never seen something that like sucked me so much and like enveloped me into this world. A thing that I have nightmares often about people trying to murder me. Sometimes it's one person, sometimes it's like hordes of people. But it's like a really like recurring thing for me of just having these nightmares of somebody like trying to murder me. I'm in fear for my life. After Hours is like the most that I've like seen a movie kind of capture that feeling for me. Like especially kind of the later section of him like just running through the streets, not being able to get away from this actual like mob of people that are trying to harm him through no fault of his own. But I think that I love the spontaneity of it a lot. I love the vibe of it. I love the, like, how it's able to establish this, like, this communal kind of setting where, like, everybody sort of is existing in a similar wavelength, except for the one guy who has, like, accidentally stumbled into this through this, like, notion of wanting to get outside of his comfort zone, and then like immediately recognizing, like, oh, that was my comfort zone for a reason, like, I don't belong here, and then not being able to get out of it. I think Scorsese describes the movie as sort of like a Greek myth, and then also like a Dante's Inferno kind of like descent into hell, and like he just keeps going through these different levels of hell. And something that I love structurally about the movie is like how it's like a series of, he keeps bumping into like a new person, and it feels like, okay, this new person is the sane one, they're going to save me, and then discovers that they're not quite all there, and somehow this new person who is going to save him, it has only made things worse, and like things just keep kind of cascading and getting worse and worse. And I think that there's just a really infectious kind of spontaneity to it, where the movie just keeps moving and keeps you with it. And yeah, I just love all these characters so much. I think all of the actors are like tremendous. Kevin, mentioned a bunch of them, but yeah, like Terry Garr, I think is like out of this world good with her beehive haircut and her rat traps around her bed. I love the recurring like little fears of emasculation and like castration in the movie. I love the little sketch on the bathroom wall of the shark biting the erect penis. But yeah, I love like the little interactions. The funniest bit in this whole movie for me is when he goes to take the subway home, and the ticket taker at the subway like won't give him a ticket because the fare has gone up, and he doesn't have enough change for it. Just like 5 minutes ago, and he doesn't have enough change for it. And Paul Hackett's like, can't you just let me go? No. And he's like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Like, and he's like, why not? And he's like, well, I could tell somebody. He's like, what? I might get drunk at a party and tell somebody. And like, I just think that's the funniest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. Like the idea that this guy won't do it because he thinks he might get drunk at a party and tell somebody that he let this guy through
for 50 cents.
Who didn't have quite enough change. Yeah, I love the movie so much. I've seen it a million times, and it never gets old for me. I think the score and the cinematography, like, it's hypnotic, and the adrenaline just keeps pumping like the whole way through. And I think Griffin Dunn's amazing in it. I love the casting of him in it. I feel like there's so many different worlds where this is cast with a lead who's more of like a movie star lead, and it's a worse movie for it. I think he has such a little rat quality to him that
weasel
is like,
ass guy.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Like it's like you feel bad for him and you root for him, but you also see him as this guy who like is kind of being weird with this lady, and like he's kind of doing this to himself a bit. Like, maybe it's an outsized reaction karmically for what he's done, but like he is kind of doing this to himself.
I mean, it makes me think of the Sam Raimi quote where he's talking about Drag Me to Hell's ending, where he says, like, I mean, look, it's a morality thing. The character did the wrong thing, but holy cow, give them a break and everything. Like, it's kind of like that. I mean, and he has that line in the movie. It's like, what have I done? I'm just a word processor.
Yeah. I did notice... Nope, I have no idea what I was about to say. But I will say that my notes, my very first thing is Griffin Dunn with the fierce unibrow, which thanks to that 4K.
Unibrow's amazing. I love that. Yeah, I love that, the unibrow, they just let it stay popping.
Yeah. Rewatching this, loved it even more. I always dug this movie because it's top tier. Like, I need to make a list of movies where it's just like, if I was there, I'd be just fantasizing about my bed and just be like, dog, I just want to go home. Like, I need a whole list.
100% would have walked home. And I think people looked it up, and it would take him like not that much time to just walk home.
I've walked more than that in a day in New York City. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's the thing of like, it's so late, and you're like, well, I could just take the bus. I can't take the fuck. Okay, then I'll just do. I can't. Okay.
Well, the other thing too is
walk,
like,
but then I walk, I find Catherine O'Hara. Like, it's the thing where it's just yeah.
Well, the other thing too is like thinking about this movie is like if you had to make this movie today, which sometimes can be a boring game to play, is like the thing of like, would it be like he loses? It's like maybe losing the money would still be a problem, but it'd be the thing of like he'd probably be fucked if he like lost his cell phone. Like that's probably the thing that like would be the domino effect now and everything. Because like that's the thing that that's the other thing too is like he has to keep asking people, can I just use your phone and everything? And it's like that's like a whole hassle. Yeah,
dude. One of the most aggravating scenes of any movie is him and Catherine O'Hara trying to phone call, and she keeps saying random. I'm like, you will be shot into the moon. Then like that is the most like.
Dunn is so funny in that scene where he does like he's like, why did you do that? And he's like, I'm so sorry like he just like immediately backpedals like that. The way it just like rises and falls like in like seconds is so good. Yeah,
anytime that he's somewhat frustrated or inconvenienced, he immediately just goes like, lady, what are you doing, lady? And they're always like, I have a name. And he's like, get me out. Like, or they'll just be like, I'll be right back. And he just like jumps out of a window somehow. It's just like,
there's like a feeling of like civility that he's trying to uphold, this thing that we all have of like we're all supposed to behave a certain way, and he's trying to like maintain that and be like a normal good guy, whatever. But like then every now and then the absolute like absurd, like the absurdity and the frustration of the predicament that he's in just becomes a little bit too much, and he snaps for a second and then like checks himself back in like that sort of like buttoned up sort of civility. And it's really like it's a great little like temp check thing with him, of him constantly like navigating that, and then like also seeing him be skeevy with Terry Garr, where he's like he needs like a spot to like be in for a little while, so he kind of goes along with her, and she obviously like wants to like be with him, and he doesn't actually want that, but he's like going along with it. And then it sort of is like he gets a little bit of like comeuppance for that. I mean, everything with Rosanna Arquette and the burn victim stuff, and him like thinking that she has these scars and just being like mortified by it because of this trauma that he has, and then him trying to like leave, like him just like rather than like saying anything either, he just like switches to being like a huge fucking dick and like just being really, really nasty to her, and that's his way to like get out of the situation. I mean, her telling the story at the diner about the boyfriend who screams "surrender Dorothy" every time he orgasms. Like there's just so many little bits like that in this movie that I think are like exquisite.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that rewatching it, I was just like, whenever she like overdoses, I forgot. I was like, sure, no, she's fine, right? And I was like, no, she's dead.
Right, yeah, the fact that she actually fucking dies, and then he writes on the paper on the wall, dead body with an arrow.
Insane.
Yeah, dead person.
And then it's funny when it like, I mean, it's like a very shocking thing when it happens in the movie, but then like the way they do still mine humor out of that situation where like he says, well, I can't go to like this bartender because like his girlfriend, I can't stay at his place because his girlfriend just committed suicide, who's like the same girl that I know. And Catherine O'Hara says, well, that's out. He's like, yeah, you're right. That's way out.
But God, the reason I do love this movie, because unfortunately in my 20s, I've very much been in situations like this.
Yeah.
And where it's definitely just been like, all right, man, that was fun. Oh, fuck, it is 3:30 and I work at 7 in the morning. Like, just numerous things in my 20s. Just the worst of which, I remember leaving a friend's house at like 4 in the morning, and I needed to drive 45 minutes away back home, and I worked at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's part of why like I really like this movie too, and like why like for me, because I first saw it when I was like probably like 21, and like 19 to 23 was that period for me where I was like doing that shit, like getting drunk until like 4 in the morning and then going to work at 7 and whatever, and like dating somebody who lived like an hour away from me, and like being there at 8 a.m. knowing that I had to work at 9, and like I hadn't slept at all, and I'm like, oh, now I have to go.
Yeah.
And then when her and I broke up, and then I just kind of like became this person who was like a little bit out of control, like a little bit like every night just sort of like, let me see what shit I can get into. Because I just didn't want to like be at home with my thoughts, whatever.
Yeah.
And so like I think that there is that quality to the movie I think I can really like connect to, of just like those nights that are just like absolutely ridiculous, and like, but somehow you still show up at work like in the morning, and you're just like you're just completely disheveled, but you're just like, yeah, I'm fucking here.
Yeah, it nails the meeting random people in the night, and then like 20 minutes later, it's just like they quit existing. Like, which I also love about that. Like, I love the nightlife, and sorry to be basic, love New York City as well. Even though most of this I would not want to get involved in, especially at age 33. Like, him in his place, which I was like, is he in a hotel room? I was like, oh, well, that's just sad. It's not. But
it's like the beigest little apartment.
I would say the TV switcher that he has is wild. I've never seen that before.
So boxy and big. I love it.
But there's just, I love, like I was just saying, like the medium random people when you're out late and just never seeing them again. Like, that just happened when I was in Shinjuku. I went to a bar, and a random guy was there, went to the wrestling show that I went to, talked about that. We were talking about this and this, said that he saw Prince live once. I went to go take a picture, came back, and he was gone. And I was like, there was another guy, he was like, man, I thought I wanted to like share my phone number with him, and I was like, no, that's the beauty. Like, you just meet a random guy and they just disappear.
You used to just be able to meet people,
yeah,
and just like have an experience, and then your life moves on, and that's just a weird person you met once.
Yeah. But in my 20s, oh yeah, I lived like 7 lifetimes. I do want it back, but also you can't get it back. But also, yeah,
it's probably not good for you to get it back.
Yeah. But then you meet people like Dick Miller, and then he says the title of the film, and you're like, this is the best shit
and
ever.
he blows that kiss.
Dude.
I love it.
Oh, yeah. Brighton, After Hours. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like this one too. I think I like this even more. I like this movie a lot. I think when I saw it the first time, which would have been in first year university, so I probably would have been like 19 or something. I think I vaguely recall watching this movie and like maybe me taking a while to get into the rhythm of it. Maybe because like sometimes it's a thing where it's like when something really bad is happening, you're just like, man, this is frustrating and everything. I feel like that happens sometimes when I watch stuff with my parents where they'll like be talking about that. It's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, and then I by the end of it, like I think especially like the part where like by the time he like is like running from the mob and he like sees the person like shoot her husband or whatever, and then like he's like, I'll probably get blamed for that. I'm like, okay, this is like
amazing.
It's so good. I really like this, and yeah, just like it is the thing of like Scorsese. I mean, I think the script is pretty funny. But like the way Scorsese just shoots this, where it's just like the way like it looks super sped up when the cabbie is just like driving him to Soho.
So many weird, just like sped up shots and weird cameras.
And when Fiorentino drops the keys down to him, and it comes right to the camera.
They almost killed Griffin Dunn.
They almost killed Griffin Dunn doing that. Yeah, like I love the shot when they're going to the diner and like the shot like from sort of street level, and you're getting like the moisture, the wetness of like the street like coming up behind them, and the score is just popping. I just fucking love that shit. It is so infectious.
That particular shot was making me think of like Scorsese basically cranks that style up and does it in a more serious context than Bringing Out the Dead, where it's like I mean, Bringing Out the Dead is like After Hours but not funny. It's like you think this guy had a bad night? This guy's having a bad year. Like he just like every night of his life is that.
Yeah, there's a reason that's my second favorite Scorsese.
But then, like, because the weirdness of that, which obviously I say positively, the shot whenever he's at Arquette's apartment and she's about to go somewhere, and it does a close up on her and she winks at him, and I was just like, that's why movies were invented. Holy shit! And that was like 0.5 seconds. Like, just the most. Yeah, the randomness of this is just so interesting.
It's like that's, but yeah, it's like how Scorsese shoots it. I think like lends us like a lot of its energy. Case in point, as research for this episode, I watched another movie that Joseph Minion wrote called On the Run with John Ventimiglia, Artie Bucco from The Sopranos, and Michael Imperioli, where it's like Ventimiglia's broken out of prison. And Imperioli is like a travel agent who's never been anywhere outside New York City. It's like a thing where like instead of like After Hours where it's like, you know, a guy meets someone and like they sort of keep trapping, all these various characters keep trapping him in situations. It's like Imperioli keeps getting trapped in situations by this one guy who just like keeps starting fights and doing a bunch of shit. And it has its moments. It's you know, like it's okay and everything, but like it just doesn't have that zip that like, you know, Scorsese's like visuals and pacing have and everything with like, but like there will be occasionally shots where it's just like them having a conversation over coffee and the camera will like whoosh towards them, and I'm like, well, it doesn't feel motivated here. So like it's like just the thing of like it doesn't quite work. Yeah, so I think Scorsese is really doing Scorsese and Minion are a good pairing here creatively, I would say.
It's so interesting because it definitely seems. I love when you're just like, who's that guy? It's just like, well, he had one script, he did it, it's great. And they were just like, let's give him something else. And there should have been somebody who's like, no, you don't understand. He had one
He
in him.
did one thing, and he's good. I mean, I really like Vampire's Kiss a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Same.
But yeah, kind of. So for me, it's like he had two kind of masterpieces in him, and then it's sort of. I've seen Motorama, the other one, which is kind of. It's a little bit like After Hours if it was about like a 10-year-old.
I've been wanting this. Wow.
It sounds better on paper than it actually is in practice. It's like a fine movie. But it is interesting that like the guy, you know, he had a little moment there and then it just kind of like went away.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Also, you're getting sued for, you know, your first kind of script that he has.
So I only stole half of the movie, and I'm getting sued. Yeah. I also noticed my man at the end with the glasses. That's like I've never done this with a man before, which is very funny that once Griffith Dunn starts talking, you can see his interest just immediately drain from his face. But he has a Madame Butterfly poster in his place, Brighton. That's right.
It's an Easter egg. Also, Griffin Dunn takes a cab to Soho. Did you know that Martin Scorsese directed Taxi Driver? No. That's
What is this pop-up video? What the fuck?
That's my attempt at like bottom of the barrel IMDb trivia that you often cite.
Oh, yeah. There was no...
This movie has 4 Oscar nominees and 1 winner.
Right. They also were in a movie with somebody whose name was also Rosanna. It was like, okay.
This movie has 3 actors who starred in superhero movies.
This movie's set in New York. Martin Scorsese, also from New York.
What? Yeah. But yeah, it's very interesting to listen to the commentary today where it's just like Scorsese's just going through it because he can't get Last Temptation of Christ. And also he's like realizing that like we may have ran off with Hollywood's money for very long, and then Raging Bull and then Heaven's Gate happens. It's just like, yeah, dude, you can't do that shit anymore.
You can't keep doing it. Yeah, it's interesting, like, the genesis of it being that, like, Last Temptation was, like, all set to go, and then, like, the funding completely fell apart, and Paramount, like, bailed on it. And he wanted to do something, like, scrappy and, like, easy that he could make on a small budget, kind of to, like, make something, but also, like, in a big way to, like, show studios that he can do that. That, like, if you're gonna hire him to make a movie, it's not gonna have to be Raging Bull or New York, or Last Temptation of Christ. These like huge things. And he fucking knocked it out of the park. Like he showed that he can do something like quick and dirty and like, you know, at a small budget and still be really like it wasn't a huge success, but it did really well critically. It was like either won or was, I mean, it at least got a bunch of nominations. I can't remember if it won. But at the first Independent Spirit Awards, it played at Cannes. It won something at Cannes, I think.
Best Director.
Best Director.
Wow,
there you go.
That's incredible.
In the Indie Spirit for Best Director as well.
Yeah, so like
Best Feature Indie Spirit. Yeah, so
that's what I thought. Yeah, like it was like really well regarded, and I think that too, like it. Because of everything else that he's directed, it kind of fell through the cracks for a long time. But I feel like within the last like 15 years, it's like its reputation has really kind of reemerged. And like a lot of filmmakers are like, you know, will reference it more now. And obviously the Criterion, I think, played, you know, like helped a lot in kind of raising awareness for it. But I think that it is like this kind of movie where people are recognizing more and more like this is a certain feeling that people like want to try and capture again, like in a movie. You look at fucking Good Time and Uncut Gems.
I was just
like,
about to say
like,
the Safdies do not exist without
yeah,
this movie.
Exactly, like they're trying to capture that magic.
Yeah,
it's interesting that like this is kind of like, of course I have to relate it to David Fincher. I'm sorry. It's kind of like his Panic Room, where it's just like it feels like he's just like, yeah, I could do that. Why not? And it's just like,
and then it's like, yeah, banger movie, maybe one of your best ever. Like,
but it's just like after, what was Panic Room after? Is Fight Club? Yeah. So after that, he was just pretty good. It was after that he was like, let me just do something really quick and whatnot, and then it was just like, and then after a month he was like, so I'm gonna build a block of New York City for this movie. It's just like, goddamn adventure. But yeah, very interesting. Like when they're just like, oh, I could just do something, just shit it out, and it just ends up being like, you can't run away from you being fucking great, like especially at that time. But yeah, it's so interesting. What I want to talk about, which is maybe my favorite scene, especially this time around, where I was just like, oh, I don't like relating to this. When he goes back to Berlin, right? It's
Club Berlin.
Berlin, my favorite place to go to. And it's literally just two people there.
Yeah.
And who is the Verna Bloom?
Verna Bloom.
Yeah, that scene is
sad.
Yeah, and I was just like, man, I relate to this because she's like, why are you being so nice to me? And he's like, I just want to live. And I'm just like, okay.
It's also like, it's interesting too how in that, like, throughout the whole movie, it's like he's going to places and he's like, I just want to do this one thing, and then people are like, no, first I need to tell you about all my problems or anything. And then like by the end of the movie, he's kind of taking on the role where he's like, someone please listen to me, hear me out, like I need to, like, it's interesting how the roles do kind of shift, or like he starts to sort of take on similar energy to them by the end of the movie, especially when he approaches that one guy in the glasses, where it's like if we hadn't been following him throughout the movie, he probably would have been like seemed kind of off and everything, but he's like, no, I get why he's like that at that point.
That's a good point. Like he becomes one of these oddball idiosyncratic characters who, like, if you ran into them like on your own, you'd be like, Jesus fucking Christ, what's up with this guy?
It's very much like, because I could very much understand him being so bored in his apartment that he's like, let me get out, and then eventually something happens, just like, okay, well, I want to like do, and then eventually once you're in the middle of it, it'd be like, I should have just stayed home, dude. And then when you go home, you're just like, should I go out again? Like, you can't, like, even though you're just like, well, the last few
grass
times
is always greener. That's how it was. That's how it was for me for the longest time. Like, being like miserable at home, going out, having a miserable time for one reason or another, being like, I'd rather just be at home. You go home and you're like, I need to do something.
Yeah, that's totally, and I know it because it's a long story. But yeah, I very much loved that scene where the movie is also able to just quiet down. Like, very much just, you just got the Peggy Lee song, you got Verna Bloom, you got Griffin Dunne, and I'm just, was not expecting that, because I had only seen this movie maybe once before, maybe twice, I don't remember, but very much not in my wheelhouse that I could pick apart scenes or remember scenes, so I was very much, it was kind of like watching it for the first time. It's such an interesting cast of characters also. So many of them were, I think, previously in movies that Griffin Dunne and Amy Robinson produced. I believe John Hurt was in Chilly Scenes of Winter.
John Hurt was the lead in Chilly Scenes of Winter.
Yeah. And then just like, what other movie of Scorsese's could you be like, you know what this movie's mentioned? Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong and Shutter
and
Island.
They're funny. They're really funny. This
is what happens when you buy shit. You might as well just steal it.
And like I love Linda Fiorentino in it.
So
Will Patton as the leather daddy in it is so good. I love Scorsese's cameo in Club Berlin when Paul is in there and they're shaving him and Scorsese's the one like holding the spotlight around. Like, I think that's a really fun cameo for him.
Yeah.
Victor Argo is the cashier that's just like, you can't use the bathroom unless you're paying for it. And then just Terry Garr, like, I forgot about her in this, and she might be like MVP, like unbelievable.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the part where she's dancing to the monkeys is like just like going
so
like shaking
good.
her arms.
So good.
But when she changes the music too, she says like, I mean, when he starts to tell a really upsetting story, she says like, hold on, and then she puts on Joni Mitchell. It's like, that's better. That seems better for telling the story. Yeah.
I also love that she says something, and I forget what he says. It's something to the effect of like, uh-oh, and she was like, is that what you really you're just gonna say that? I'm gonna say something and you're just gonna, why do everybody do that? And I'm just relax. She reminds me, I don't know the woman's name off the top of my head. Who is the woman that does the heat check in Licorice Pizza?
Harriet Sansom Harris?
There we go. Very much reminds me of her. Same
Good
vibes. That's Bryden. That's why I keep him around. That's why I pay him. No. Anything else? I mean, there's plenty to talk about, but I love movies like this, especially like my peak movie is movie from the 90s set in New York City. If there's scenes at night, that's all I want. And this is a whole movie of that. But like I just love movies that showcase the nightlife, even if it is like where I'm watching, I'm like, it's not really real. Like After Hours, like there's nothing really that fantastical about this. Like you stay on a long enough timeline, this shit will happen. I do love that it's just like, I think Mitchell, you were saying this, like one person passes him off to somebody else while that other person is in view, and it just keeps passing off, and some of them get crossed over, like with John Hurt and Terry Garr, obviously. But like the Catherine O'Hara thing is so interesting because I mean, that is probably the far-fetched part of it, because it's just like you printed up flyers somehow at like, I think like $7.99 in the morning, like just, I don't know. The timeline.
Is it Terry Garr who's putting up? I think
it's Terry Garr with the flyers.
That's right. Catherine O'Hara's
Yeah, he's like yelling. He's like says like, "Hey, what's up?" And then she's like angrily like putting up the flyers and bikes away. It's so fun. I mean, yeah, the Catherine O'Hara scene is also funny too, where it just so many bits too, where it's just like, I mean, the Griffin Dunn being like kind of a self-absorbed dude, like with like one with the bit with like Roseanne Arquette where he's clearly going over to like hook up with her, and then she's like. It's like, oh, I have to like listen to you talk about your problems. He's just like not into that, and it's like he's really shitty about it and everything. But then when he goes to Catherine O'Hara's place, he's like saying like, oh, do you have like a phone number? And she's like, I work at an ice cream truck. And he's like, I didn't ask you that. Like, he's like,
I love that.
It's not
it's
boring.
Funny, like that part of it too is like I feel like when he's with Rosanna Arquette, it's like very like. Oh god, this guy fucking sucks. But like sucks in like a human way. Like he's not like the worst person in the world.
I don't think he
like
ever sucks. He just kind of is just like you maybe don't like it's just
exactly.
on the line. Like
but then by the time you get to like the Catherine O'Hara, you're like you've gone through so much with this guy that you're like
look,
when he's like that, when he's like I didn't ask, you're like. Yeah, girl, he didn't ask what you do. Just give him the phone. Like, help him get home.
Yeah, because I think when they're in the diner, not the first time, obviously the second time, I believe he looks at his watch and it's 2:15 in the morning. And then, I forget who it was on the commentary, but it was just like, once like he's at Berlin the second time and the mob's after him, and she was just like, yeah, so this is all happening at like 4:30 in the morning. I was like, everything that did happen did not just happen in 2 hours. Like he went into like some time warp or some shit, or this is just the most compact night in all of humanity. But I think you were saying that if they made it today, it would be like him losing his phone. That would be like 12 9/11s to Mitchell if they remade After Hours. Like imagine if it was the Smile director remaking After Hours.
Oh my gosh.
But she's doing Possession. I'm like, I don't care.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that he's doing Possession. Quali? Is it Quali in that?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it somebody else? Yeah, of course it is. Like,
and Callum Turner,
that's
I
who it'd
think.
be.
That's a fake person, yeah.
Yeah. Callum Turner's in the Sex Purge movie. You guys seen the trailers for
yes, I could not avoid it because they kept playing in front of Devil Wears Prada 2, which was like sold out for like a month at the theater I work, so I just keep hearing the parts.
Devil Wears Prada 2 sold out for a month. Canada going strong.
It was, it was like busy shows. Like
if you don't allow Guy Ritchie in, you gotta watch Devil Wears Prada.
Well, we had like that, and also like there was like special merch where it was like I think like a purse shaped sort of like collectible or something. I don't know if it was for drinking or whatever, but then we had like special themed drinks or whatever for people. And I'd be like, yeah, let's go see it. And like it was a lot of young people, a lot of people I guess who saw the movie 20 years ago.
Works.
Here, you put this in the landfill. Yeah. Could not pay me to be like, you want a fucking popcorn bucket that's shaped like a no. Like
these Trojan horse ones. What are we doing?
You could have gotten a popcorn bucket shaped like an arcade machine for Mortal Kombat 2.
I thought you were gonna be like, oh, the popcorn bucket for Anaconda, and I'd be like, this is where we end the podcast.
We didn't have that in VIP up at my theater.
Oh, thank God. That movie is barely playing. How the fuck did that? Don't get me started again. It made $150 million.
Did that make money?
It made $150 million.
I think we
And
looked
I'm
at
the
this recently.
only person who has seen it.
That's what you get for a Christmas release with Jack Black in it, I feel
Yeah.
like.
I think we looked at it recently, like on one of our calls. Like I think that and like the '97 Anaconda like made roughly the same amount of money.
That just broke my heart that you had to.
I think that's what we talked about. Yeah, like it was like one of those
it
things
made
where it's
one
like,
more million.
Interesting.
But which movie got two thumbs up by Ebert and Siskel? I'm just curious.
that would be weird. It's like we'll come back from
The
the,
one where
dead just to
they're
review
both
this
dead.
movie.
Does J-Lo come back like as an Avengers Endgame in the post-credit scene? Be like, Raj, you won't believe it.
That really is crazy that it made the original made 1 million more domestic, but the new one made 1 million more. Or no, the original made 1 million more domestic and 1 million more worldwide.
Thank God.
Than the new one.
Put it in the books. Can't be changed. We were talking about a good movie. What happened?
Yeah.
Just got excited talking about Anaconda 2025.
I saw that on Christmas Day and then came home by myself. It was
That was your after hours. You were just like, I just want to go home.
truly. And then I kept just going. I'd rather watch Triumph of the Will than watch that shit.
The idea of the movie is they're remaking the first Anaconda, right? That's like the premise of the movie.
Yeah, it's like, but also the thing in the
let's
trailer.
litigate this. I haven't seen it.
The thing that baffled me in the trailer is like we're remaking a movie, like our favorite movie from when we were kids, and then it shows like kids watching Anaconda. I'm like, Jack Black and Paul Rudd
They
were
were
like
not
fully
kids,
adults when
yeah.
that movie came out. When's this supposed to be set? It's like it's very strange.
I will say that at least there's the benefit of it is that it is not a movie where they're just like, remember that scene from the original? Now we're going to remake it. Remember that? Like, they don't do that. So there is that. Because, holy fuck, I would have lost my mind. But there's literally a part where a boat comes by from Sony Pictures, and they're actually remaking Anaconda. And they get to do the thing where it's just like, yeah, we're remaking Anaconda because there's no original ideas in Hollywood anymore. I was like, oh, shut the fuck up, dude. You don't get to be like, I'm a cool mom. Go fuck yourself. Can we please talk about After Hours? I am sweating.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like with the cast of characters, Kevin, is your pick for like
In Anaconda, or are we back on After Hours?
I was for After Hours of all like the sort of eccentric characters that Dunn runs into in the movie. Is Terry Garr like the favorite like interaction in terms of recurring character? Okay,
I want to hang out with her too, especially since she was like, well, I did it. I quit my job. And he's like, I didn't ask. And I'm like, you dick, I'll hang out with her. She reminds me of every person in Hairspray. That's great.
I'd chill out with her.
Yeah. Will
What
Patton?
about you, Mitchell? Who's your favorite character in this movie?
I think it would have to be the same for me. I think that she really dominates it when she shows up. I just think, I mean, she is just such an incredible actress. Like she always like delivered whenever she showed up. But yeah, I think she's a blast in this. What about you, Bryden? Is it somebody different?
This is not like, I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite, but it's just like a scene that I think is funny because it just speaks to sort of like the wackiness of like the thing where it's like there's like it's like Dunn is like stuck in a game where he doesn't know the rules and everything, where he goes to the bouncer at Club Berlin who like said he keeps asking questions like can I go in, and he's like, I don't know. And then it's just like, well, yeah, it's like, it's Mohawk night. It's like, oh, so I have to have a Mohawk to get in there. He's like, yeah. He's like, why didn't you just say that? He's like, well, I just want you to think you didn't leave anything unexplored. And I was like, where it's just like, where it's like, just go to, like, I feel like that's just sort of like the thing of like, him like being, I mean, I guess also like him ending up back in like the system that he's working for, but it's just sort of a thing of like, life doesn't make sense sometimes, and it's just like, why is and like he's just asking why is the universe and everybody in it fucking with me, like where it's just like you're just sort of like, I don't know why. Just some people like just treat you, and I'm like, are you like inexplicable behavior that it can just sometimes feel like I don't understand what's going on. I think it's just, I thought that was a funny scene that stuck out, especially because like, and then the second time he shows up, he's just like, can I go in? He's like, yep. And it's just like a 2-second interaction. He's like, he's been through this before. He doesn't need to do it again.
But he has the flyer this time. They grant some actress.
Key. Yeah.
You know, Terry Garr was in a movie called Dick, Life Without Dick and Head.
Is that true?
Yes.
Huh. Is that the IMDb trivia? Yeah.
No, that came from my brain.
There you go. Yeah.
Added on to IMDb.
The other thing I was thinking about too with Scorsese too is that like a lot, he's been making so many period pieces lately, and like the last movie, this is like one of his a handful, like After Hours is one of a handful of contemporary set movies and everything. So like it is like a lot of like older music like Peggy Lee and Rosie and the Originals and everything. But then like when he goes to the Club Berlin, they're playing Bad Brains and stuff like that. And it's just interesting when you think about directors who it's like, so Scorsese's listening to this. And then like Departed is like I think the last present day set movies making it. It's like that's right, Dropkick Murphys and nuts.
They're like, what else would you like to put in your movie?
Yeah.
He's like, no, we put it in twice. That's what we do. We don't need 2 songs. He'd be like, no, it'd be nice to differentiate some stuff. He'd be like, well, Marky Mark says
it's the motif, guys.
Is that his last contemporary movie?
I think so, because like I mean I don't count documentaries. It's like Shutter Island is set in like what the 50s. It's like post World War II.
What's Irishman? Is Irishman like more period or
it's like that and Wolf of Wall Street or the weird ones where it's like it takes place over
like a
decades.
little bit period. Yeah.
But
Wolf of Wall Street, I would say, takes place in modern times. It probably starts out like 2000s.
It starts out in like the 80s with like the Black Monday thing, and then but like
all of his other movies are just like 90 years ago, like it's like 15 years ago. That's contemporary enough for him.
I don't know. It's just I don't really have anything to say beyond that, but it's just like it's interesting. Just like when you think about directors, especially as they age. I mean, at this point, Scorsese was like in his 40s making this movie, but like it's just funny to think about like how do you engage with the new world? I mean, the one I thought of recently was Steven Spielberg with Disclosure Day. It's like it's like you get one contemporary needle drop. What is it? He's like Sweet Escape, Gwen Stefani and Akon. Let's do it. It's just like okay, man. Yeah, just.
I interviewed Griffin Dunn and Amy Robinson about this when the Criterion came out. Something that I enjoyed that they said is that the script was like so detailed that like in the scene where Griffin Dunn goes to John Hurd's apartment to check the security system is on, and he goes to use the toilet, and the toilet he flushes it and it overflows. Like the script was so detailed, like to the point that like it specified like a single pubic hair being on the toilet seat. And like that, because I was asking them, I think, about just like the production design of the world, and they were saying like the script actually gave them so much like detail that like they were really able to just kind of use the script to help kind of like set dress the movie because it was like so richly detailed. And I thought that was a interesting kind of approach to screenwriting.
Yeah, that is really interesting. That is like a wild detail to include in the production set, but that's definitely like thought. I mean that's the thing about this movie is like it feels like these spaces are lived. That's the thing that you like in movies where it's like, yeah, I can imagine like real people like moving through these spaces and having like come from here like, you know, off screen and everything. Like you can definitely imagine that here, that like it's not just like, you know, they built it that day and like they've only been there one time. Also with that apartment, visiting John Hurd's apartment, he fucks up John Hurd's apartment with like the toilet overlay, but also like, I mean, it's that I look back like at the transcript, I was like, it's like the burglar, he says like, oh, like make sure my burglar alarm's on. It's like, you should like see like a beeping red light. And Griffin Dunn goes there, he just turns it off and everything. I'm like, I don't think he did that deliberately, but it's probably he just got the wires crossed in his fingers. Like, yeah, make sure it's off. That like you turn it off. And I'm thinking,
you're good to go, buddy.
Yeah.
I love the guys that live in Tom's apartment. We're just
so
like, you don't
yeah.
live here. No, my friend Tom is Tom. Tom who? 3 Toms live here.
If you're looking for more horror outside of the mainstream, look no further than Unsung Horrors, a podcast about underseen horror movies. I'm Lance.
And I'm Erica. Every other week, we'll cover a horror movie with fewer than 1,000 views on Letterboxd. We'll even give you double feature recommendations to pair with the movies we discuss.
From gothic to shot on video, from slashers to comedies, from giallo to J-horror, we'll cover all the subgenres. So join us as we unearth these hidden gems of horror.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at Unsung Horrors, available wherever you listen to podcasts. And part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Thank you for listening. To hear more shows from the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network, please select the link in the description